Do you want to see what my disability is? Have you ever seen one of these before? What's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of disability? Do you know what it is? Would you look at me and say, this guy's disabled? Today I want to show you what I get up to on a day-to-day basis as a creator, and for me that always starts with a coffee, so let's go. So I've got my coffee, so now I'm off to the barbershop, so come with me guys. Trim done, now off to Leicester Square. It is absolutely freezing, but we've made it. And today the idea is that I'm going to be interviewing some people around the topic of disability. It's a very taboo subject. People are often embarrassed and don't know how to approach the topic. So I'm hoping by interviewing some random members of the public, we can open up that conversation and have a good laugh at the same time. Let's go. The first question I wanted to ask is, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you think of disability?
It's all sort of forms, isn't it? Physical, mental.
I don't know, I'm thinking more diverse now. I think you need to be more diverse towards disability and have a bit more of an open mind.
Because I think there's what's been for years is that sort of visual of a wheelchair.
That's what I mean. It's a physical thing.
Yeah,
Isn't
so like by looking at me, would you say that I have a visual disability? Like you can't see that I'm disabled. What would be if you were to look at anyone walking down the street now, do you think you could pick out a disability in a sense?
Well, you would a lot more thinking to answer that because you've
Well,
got your
absolutely not. Only because I'm a little bit special needs trained, so I've done a little bit of training on certain things. But no, you'd know. It's that invisibility.
That's
it.
For me. That shows that like your thought process around disability is a lot more forward thinking to some of the other people we spoke to. So it's really good.
Because we've got a godson who's autistic, so severely autistic. So we
You
know
got-
the difference, between physical and mental.
Yeah. So I'll show you my disability now.
Okay.
Yeah. So my disability is here.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So have you seen one of these before?
I have,
Yeah. So obviously you said they're interested in like colostomy bag.
Yeah.
I've actually got an ileostomy bag.
Oh.
So there's many different types of stomas.
Right.
So I've had mine for about 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah. So a lot of people that are living with conditions like mine really struggle within like the dating scene and how they're going to be perceived, like judgment and stuff like that. How do you think you would react and respond if you met someone initially, for say your husband, right? If he had a disability of some kind, would it impact your thought process or whatnot?
No, I wouldn't say. If I liked that person and I liked what I saw on the outside, it wouldn't bother me.
She's a keeper.
She's a keeper.
She's a good one. I'm taking her. I'm having her. No, thank you so much, guys. That's all I wanted to ask you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I absolutely love that interview because it shows that people are flipping their perceptions around what disability is and the way that like they prejudge people for what disability looks like. So for me, big thumbs up for those two. Lovely to meet them. When you think of disability, what's the first thing visually that comes to your mind?
Someone that's on a wheelchair, someone that can't walk properly, maybe someone that can't hear, maybe like autism, some kind of autism. Just basically someone that's not able to do their daily chores, or maybe they can't work because of their disability.
But an important thing that you highlighted there is like it's not always visible. So for instance, would you look at me and say this guy's disabled?
No.
To
be honest. But like maybe you have some, maybe you have, I don't know if ADHD is a disability.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want to see what my disability is? I can show you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is mine.
What is that?
So have you ever seen one of these before? No. So this is known as a stoma bag. Okay. So what this does, I have no large intestine. So my large intestine's gone. So think when you eat something, it goes into your stomach, into your small intestine, and then your large intestine wraps around the outside.
Okay.
That one for me is gone.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So this is how I go for a poo. Yeah. So I've done this for 8 years. Through here on my stomach. So if you were going on a first date with someone, and they didn't tell you until that first date that they had some sort of disability like me, how do you think that would impact your decision to date that person?
Well, that's a tricky question. To be honest with you, I don't know. to be completely honest. I mean, I have a girlfriend now at the moment, but I don't know. Like, that is quite difficult thing to answer in that situation. But I think the most important thing is that your personality shines through. I mean, you're a good-looking guy anyway, so you'll
Thank you, my friend. Likewise.
you'll pass. But I mean, it's a tricky question, but probably yes, to be honest. I mean, if I see that I really like this person, I'm looking to look beyond that.
Yeah.
You know, it's not going to affect me in any way.
I actually found that one really interesting because he had a lot of knowledge around like physical conditions and invisible medical conditions, but he never heard of a stoma before. So it's good to kind of enlighten him on that and actually educate him. That's the goal. That's why we're out here. So guys, I wanted to ask you today, when you think of disability from like a visual perspective, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Who wants to answer?
I don't know. I think now you've realised that disability's more than just one thing, and I think in sort of the last few years there's been more of an education about it. So visibility can be visible and not visible. So
yeah. So it could be hidden, or it could be something you could openly see. I've got a disability myself. Shall I show you what it is? Okay. Yeah. Magic trick. So my disability is this. Yeah, so I've had a stoma. Have you ever seen one of these before? No. Do you know what it is?
No.
No. Have you ever seen one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so do you know someone who's got a stoma or anyone close to you?
Well, not close to me, but like I would treat people with them, like, and lots of kids, and
Yeah.
they're interesting. They're very cool.
Yeah, they're right. So basically, I've got no large intestine. So you've got like a small intestine that's in the middle, and then a large intestine that wraps around the outside. I no longer have that, so my small intestine comes out into the bag. So that basically collects all my number twos. When you're initially going onto the dating scene, if you met someone that you sort of didn't know they had a disability and then that door opened up, would it be something that you found off-putting? Do you think you would still move forward with it early in the relationship? Who wants to go first?
Personally, I would, but I know a lot of people probably wouldn't. And yeah, it wouldn't bother me.
It wouldn't bother you?
No.
No, it wouldn't bother me.
No.
Nah.
You probably do a few things.
I've self-diagnosed myself with ADHD because it explains a lot. So
Yeah. Amazing. Go on, carry on.
But yeah, no, I don't like. I think we've all got a bit of like something in us. Like we've all like got our own way.
No, it's perfect.
Nah, definitely
Yeah, exactly
not.
that. That is all the interviews done. I'm absolutely starving now, so I'm going to go get some food. Let's go. So the food's arrived, guys. Don't forget to pop a comment below to let me know what you want to see in future videos, and hit that like and share button.